Okay, so for this set of notes, we're on page 3.3 in the notebook for Unit 3, and we're going to use what we know about solving multi-step equations to find some dimensions of some figures. So if you look at our first problem, it gives us a triangle and it has three sides, and the three sides have expressions for their side lengths with variables in them, and then it tells us the perimeter of the figure is 19, and we need to find the dimensions of the figure, so the side lengths. So we've got to figure out what x is so that we can figure out these side lengths. So we know that the perimeter of a figure is the distance around the figure, so we have to add up all the sides to get this equation set up so that we can solve it. So the three sides, we have x minus 1, 2x plus 1, and x plus 3. So what we're going to do over here is we're just going to add those up. So x minus 1 plus 2x plus 1 plus x plus 3. And we know when we add those sides together, it's going to equal the distance around, which they told us was 19. So now I'm going to solve this multi-step equation. I don't have any parentheses, so I don't need to simplify those, but I do have a whole bunch of like terms. So when I look, I have x, I have positive 2x, I have another 1x, so this is a 1, this is a 1. So when I add those together, I get 1x plus 2x is 3x plus 1 more x is 4x. And now I can look and I have a bunch of constants. I have negative 1, positive 1, so those would actually cancel to be 0. And then I have 3. So this is going to be 4x plus 3 equals 19. So now I have an equation I can solve. I simplified everything I could simplify. Now I'm going to locate the variable. I have to get rid of that plus 3 first, so I'm going to minus 3 from both sides. This is 0. 4x equals 19 minus 3 is 16. This is being multiplied by 4, so I divide by 4 so that I can make this coefficient 1, and I get x is equal to 4. But I'm not done because I need to take this, x is 4, and put it into these side lengths so I can figure out what the dimensions are. So for this one, 4 plus 3 is 7, so this side length is 7. Over here, 4 minus 1 is 3. That side length is 3. And for this one, it's 2 times 4 plus 1, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. So this side length is 9. And when I check this out, if I add them together, 9 plus 3 plus 7, this should equal 19. And when I do 9 plus 3, I get 12 plus 7. 19 equals 19, so my answer is good. So let's look at the next one. I have another triangle with a perimeter given to me and some side lengths with the x variable in there, so I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to add up my sides and set them equal to the perimeter and solve. So I have x plus 5 plus x plus 3. And I know altogether this equals 23. So I look, I have some x terms. I have a 1x, another 1x, and another 1x. So when I add those together, I get 3x. And for my constants, I have a 5 and a 3. So that's plus 8 equals 23. Now I've got a two-step equation now that I simplified everything. I want to get rid of this plus 8, so I minus 8 from both sides. I get 3x is equal to 15. I have it being multiplied by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. That was a 0. This is a 1. X is equal to 5. Not done though, because I need to take this and put it into these side lengths. So this one is 5 plus 3. So it's 8. This one is just 5. And this one is 5 plus 5 is 10. And if I check, 10 plus 8 plus 5 should be equal to 23. I know 10 plus 8 is 18. And 18 plus 5 is 23. So it's good. Okay, next one. They give me a rectangle and they tell me the area. And in your notes, it has 30 for the area, but you need to change that to 33. So one thing about rectangles we know is that opposite sides are equal. So here, these two sides are opposite. So this is a 3, this is a 3. And then across, these two sides are equal. So this is 2x plus 3. So just to make sure you know, you do have all 4 dimensions of the rectangle, even though they only put 2 in the picture. Notice though, this is area, not perimeter. So what's the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle is length times width, right? You multiply the length times the width. The perimeter, right, is just length plus width plus width. Or some people might write 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. You see it both ways. But we're working on area. We need this formula. So length times width. Well, we'll say that 3 is the length, and we'll say 2x plus 3 is the width, but you can't just multiply it like that because the 3 wouldn't get multiplied by everything in the width. So you need to put parentheses around that. So it's 3 times the whole thing, 2x plus 3, and it equals 33. That's the area. So when I look at this, I see parentheses. So right away, I know I need to do my distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to do that. So 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 3 is 9. So I have this equation now. I don't have any like terms to combine, but I want to get x alone. So I'm going to get rid of the plus 9 first. That's a 0. 6x equals 24. It's being multiplied by 6, so I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides, and I get x is 4. And I'm going to now use this in these side lengths. So 2 times 4 plus 3 is 8 plus 3 is 11 for that side length, so that means this one is 11. And the other one was given was 3, so that means that my area should be 3 times 11 equals 33, which is correct. Great. So let's look at this last problem. I have another rectangle. I know my opposite sides are equal, right? So this is x plus 8 also. They give me the area, so I know I'm doing area equals length times width. So when I go to set this up, the length times the width would be 2 times x plus 8. I have to multiply it by the whole thing, and I know the whole area is 40 from what they told me over here. So now I'm going to do 2 times x, get rid of my parentheses, plus 2 times 8, which is 16, equals 40. Now I can solve. I simplified everything. I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. 2x is equal to 24. I divide both sides by 2. X is 12. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to fill in 12 for x. 12 plus 8 is 20. So the side length is 20, so this one is also 20. These are already 2, so I know area is going to be 2 times 20 equals 40, and that works and is correct. So there's your notes for using your multi-step equation solving skills on solving something else.